Eddie, Kate and William, you've been at Sandringham today, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've been with Kate and William today at Sandringham, Nat and Koshi, and if Buckingham Palace, where you are, is the office, that's really the holiday home. And today, like you see here in Green Park behind me, they went to Sandringham to see some of those floral tributes that have been left at royal estates right across the country. Beautiful scenes as they took a moment to themselves, just walking along that line, reading cards, looking at flowers, and then moving towards the crowd. There was only a small crowd gathered there, lots of them locals who see the royal family often when they're there on holidays at Christmas. They helped some of them transport their flowers and spoke to them about the kids, what they've been up to, how they're enjoying school. Also, of course, about the Queen and their memories, sharing back and forth their memories of the late Queen. And at one point, William sharing with the crowd his reflections on yesterday's procession and how hard that was for him and how much it reminded him of the funeral of his mother, Princess Diana. Here's what he had to say.
Doing the walk yesterday was challenging. That's back a few memories. It's kind of these moments. We knew she was going to see.
Recorded her very first televised Christmas message. It's where they spend Christmases together as a family. So it's also actually where William and Kate have a house, Anna Hall, where they spent much of the COVID lockdown. So it's a place really dear to them, and they were so keen to speak to so many of the people there. They spoke to practically everyone, but for him to be so honest about what that was like for him and for Harry, I don't think anyone expected that. They were really down to earth and really approachable, and everyone there just left thinking about the Queen and really just really having the family in their thoughts. It was a really beautiful day.
Isn't that lovely?
That's so interesting
Really
he said that, because we did wonder that, didn't we? And so many of the media organisations have put those two photos side by side of Harry and Will when they were young kids, when their mother died, and then, you know, following the procession this week. So,
but for him to wear his heart on his sleeve with the crowd there, that's a really touching moment, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go to Bianca. The palace has now released more details about Her Majesty's funeral.
Nat, Koshi, good morning to you. Hard to believe it's only been 1 week since the Queen died. Yes, we're now hearing more details about the funeral. The palace says it will pay tribute to her extraordinary reign and her life of service as well. Of course, it will be held at Westminster Abbey on Monday at 11 o'clock. Westminster Abbey is the place where the Queen married Prince Philip in 1947, then where her coronation was held 6 years later. The service itself will run for less than an hour. At 11:55, there will be 2 minutes of silence. That will be broken by a lone piper, the Queen's Piper. There was a rehearsal of that service through the streets of London today in the early hours of this morning. There'll also be a procession that will follow the service through the streets of London. It'll go past Buckingham Palace for one final time before the Queen is transferred back into that state hearse that we saw earlier in the week. She'll be taken down to Windsor Castle, and that's where she'll be finally laid to rest. There will be one more public service down there before a private burial. She will be laid to rest with the love of her life, her husband, Prince Philip. And while the other royals were out and about today, King Charles, well, he kept out of the public eye, away from the cameras, but he will make a return to the cameras tomorrow when he visits Wales. King Charles will also hold a private vigil at Westminster Hall, where his mother's coffin is, along with his siblings. That'll be tomorrow evening. The line here, as you mentioned, 8 hours long, 8 kilometres long. It's still plenty of people lining up tonight.
Okay, Bianca, just for so many Australians have been to London on holidays, so you come in the back end of Westminster, the House of Parliament, don't you? But it goes right over Lambeth Bridge, down the Thames, past Westminster, past the London Eye, all the way almost down to London Bridge, doesn't it?
You've passed that now too. Yeah, 8 kilometres long. It goes right the way along the Thames, along this side, past the Borough Market.
Yeah.
God, down to, past Borough Market.
Yeah, see, it's obviously grown enormously through the day. People really want to be part of this.
Yep. Stunning.
Incredible scenes, and everyone, you know, talking to them in the line today, everyone seems happy and reflective.
Reflective and making new lifelong friends, I reckon.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting on so well.
They just feel like they will remember this for the rest of their lives, even lining up, even being part of that line. That's historic.
Brits have always loved queuing, but this is a hell of a queue, let me tell you.
It's the ultimate.
Yeah, all right. Take care. There are us, we're invited. We'll tell you more about that a bit later on.